It's just a lot of questions out there for these combinations. Here we have Emma and the lovely Chiraz. He's a 12-year-old Holsteiner gelding owned by the Chiraz Syndicate. They come forward on a 36.0. They were in second or 12th place overnight. This lovely horse has been to Bromont. He went to Buccalo. He and Emma represented Australia over there in October, and lovely to have them here. Emma's got quite a busy weekend.
Yes, she does. This horse was started originally by Boyd, and she got him from Boyd, and she went around Buccalo. So this course starts out similar to the 3-star in the sense that you do the first 5 jumps on the same loop and then go to the coffin, which could be very influential. This is a different A element in different ditch, and it's steeper, quite a bit steeper, and the rail is a bit taller.
I see quite a few people there watching.
Yes, and the screen is actually right there next to the warm-up. Oh, good horse. And she's going to do the option there. The C element is actually set off to the right, so it doesn't... I don't think the horses will pick it up, and if you need to ride what you need to do from the A to the B, from the rail to the ditch, then you're off the line. So she was really smart there and just went around, and that didn't take much time.
I was going to say it didn't take much time, and I think that will give the rest of the riders some confidence as they think about their plans, because I'm sure that they have walked it every which way.
Yes, I saw some out there that were quite green and going, and some of them got Leslie to go walk with them. They're quite nervous about it, as they should be. It's a tough fence, especially so early in the course. But I think this horse, having gone to Buccalo, would see some tricky-footed things and be unfazed by that, it looked like.
Well, I mean, some tricky-footed things, but also just so much atmosphere, right? I mean, I think, we saw definitely a lot in the 3-star. There's a lot. You're sort of jumping by the warm-up. You then come around here in this loop by the barns, and you have to go away. And there's so many fences out there. There's just so much to look at, that you would hope that sort of some of these more experienced horses who have seen crowds, have seen a lot, will sort of take that in stride.
Yes, and I've not been to Buccalo, but I've heard that it is quite twisty-turny and it looks busy also. And so I think that this, for this horse to have gone there and come now and do this, it would be more comfortable. And that was beautifully done.
Super.
That is actually quite a tricky combination. And she made it look very easy.
That's one of the places on course where I had Alec in earlier, and they're talking about sort of just the little undulations in the ground that they have added, sort of the little bumps and humps that sort of give you different terrain to make something like that tricky.
And it's funny because this place doesn't have natural terrain. Everything you see, the little bumps in the mountain they built in the back, that's all man-made. And so it's fantastic that they did it because the place really needs it, but those bumps are just enough to mess you up. And so when you do those combinations to an angle to the corner and how steep the angles are, and the horse, you just can't always rely on how the horse is going to land and then what line you're going to take from there.
Optimum time today is 10 minutes and 27 seconds. They have 41 jumping efforts over 28 numbered fences. It'll be interesting to see if anyone gets the time. Here last year only 2 made the time, and the year before only 1 made the time. It'll be very interesting to see.
And I think part of it being flat is harder than having terrain for time, because you don't get the ups and downs where they fill their lungs back up with air going down the hill, and they might have to then, you can ride against the hill going up the hill and really push on them and work them that way. So I do think when it's flat, it's a little bit harder.
So we just see Emma come back into view here. She went through the main arena, and then she will be approaching this first water question.
And this is a bounce going into the water, but it's nice logs. I love the way what Alec has done here because he's given us all the riders really good material. So nice round logs jumping in. You see the horse did a beautiful job there jumping in. Emma did a great job setting him up. But Alec has given this facility a very natural feel for as he's progressed the courses. It has a natural feel as far as the material of the jumps.
Yeah, it's really, I was chatting with Alec earlier, no stone is left unturned. They have incredible technology to check how the footing is and sort of what needs to be done. And really, there's just so much time and effort has gone in as we see Caroline Pamuchu and Kings Especial leave the start box there. For the first few fences, they come forward on a 34.8. It's a 10-year-old warm blood gelding owned by HX Group, Redfield Kings. They were in 11th place overnight. Caroline had a spin around earlier in the 3-star.
This horse is enormous. He is very big, and he has got the biggest gallop. Like, he covers so much ground.
Well, and Caroline is a speedy rider anyways, but yeah.
Yes, she is.
But his step certainly helps that. Caroline's approaching the potentially influential park question.
It'd be interesting to see what she does. I would think with this horse she would go straight because he's pretty seasoned. Ooh, that's a tough out.
That is a tough out.
It walks too. Obviously, it doesn't ride two necessarily. And for a horse with such a big stride, and he just nipped in and put 3, that was quite well done.
I think that will also be telling. It's interesting. The riders are lucky they've had 2 people sort of do it differently, and it will give them a sense of how it's actually riding.
Yes, absolutely. And they've made it, and that's big.
It is big.
You know, sometimes you have trouble in the beginning. We're like sheep, right? And then everyone has trouble. But if you don't, and the 2 people make it, then you know you can do it.